But if a woman on a date were to pull out a credit card to go pay for something, I would be like, oh, so you're like one of those boss babes.
No, that's not what that's saying, though. That is completely missing.
Catastrophic turn-off.
I think if I'm on a date and she reaches for it, like, I just think, oh, that's really nice. You're trying to be kind here.
Bringing something to the table.
Yeah, it's just
Women
here for
are not
a free
bringing
meal.
money to the table. They're bringing something else.
It's a nice gesture.
I agree with Graham. I think it's a nice gesture. However, I agree with you. I think the guy should pay.
This is feminism. Feminism is that you have to be this like self-independent. This is not a nice gesture. It's you trying to be like egalitarian. No, you as women should want to be provided for. In fact, you should have an expectation that you as a woman are so important and so critical and so necessary and beautiful that it shouldn't even be a question.
I'm standing on the train and look at all these men. What happened to giving up your seat for women? No man offered me a seat. Excuse me, are you going to get up?
What?
Are you going to get up?
Are you pregnant?
No.
Are you for equality?
Yes?
Then fuck off.
No respect. Chivalry is dead.
You said men should pay on first dates, men should be chivalrous. You said you want to keep your last name or hyphenate in marriage?
I would say I'd keep my last name, probably.
I don't know if it's different in Russia culturally. Like, do women keep their last names?
No, we don't. I mean, we're not.
So you're just like a feminist, modern
My
woman.
mom.
I think in society, what we see happening frequently is you have a lot of women who want the benefits of traditional chivalrous culture or treatment, but you guys don't want to do anything traditional. So men should be traditional, women should be modern. The man should provide, the man should protect, the man should pay for dates, the man should be chivalrous, the man should do XYZ, but I don't do anything. I won't take his last name. I won't be submissive. I'll wear the pants. I'll call the shots. It seems like a raw deal for men.
Men who treat women equally get judged as more sexist than the men who don't treat women equally, which were the findings from this study that showed men who rejected chivalry, like ladies first or acting protective of women, were actually judged as more hostile towards women than men who used old school chivalry. People saw equality-minded men as colder or less friendly. So the paradox is that men who reject sexist roles can look worse than the ones who quietly reinforce them. So if a man treats you the same as he treats everyone else, and that feels offensive to you, then what does that say about what women really want?
The entire reason for performing chivalry is because women can't escape the patriarchy, and I'm not going to be able to stop it. Like, I am not going to be able to stop you from living in the shit parts of the patriarchy, so I might as well give you some of the benefits of living in the patriarchy. So you open her door, you pull out her chair, you walk on the outside of the sidewalk, you pay for dinner, you court her, you give her flowers, because she's not able to stop being sexualized or stop being catcalled or stop being paid less or stop being at risk of femicide. Women are living a much harder life because of patriarchy. Really, we're all living a much harder life because of patriarchy, but women are living a much harder life than us. And the only way to make their lives a little bit less shitty is to just do the thing. Because in a perfect world, no, you don't need to buy her flowers. You don't need to take her to dinner, and you don't have to pay. You don't have to walk on the outside of the street. You don't have to do any of these things, but the world's not fucking perfect, unfortunately, so you have to do the things. Of course, technically, you don't have to do the things, but it's highly recommended because, like, why the fuck not?
You want to know something that most women aren't ready to hear? Modern feminism killed chivalry. Modern feminism has shifted from seeking equality to promoting superiority and resentment towards men, framing men as oppressors rather than partners and equals. With the birth of modern feminism, there came the birth of the girl boss, I don't need a man. Chivalry was never meant to make women look weak. It was made to create a culture of mutual respect where men acted honorably towards women and acknowledged their virtue and grace. Modern feminism, by demanding sameness instead of equality, has blurred those lines. In trying to erase gender differences, it's erased the gestures that celebrate them. The result of this is now we have an entire generation of men who are not willing to honor, pursue, or protect women. We have this entire generation of men who just want to hook up on the first date, who have no respect for women, who don't hold open the door, who don't buy flowers, and it is because of modern feminism. Not only that, but it is also a result of weak men. There's a reason that our grandparents have the cutest love stories where the men pursued the women and they didn't have sex until they were married and they respected and honored each other. And now we are seeing the result. of the crash and burn of modern feminism, and unfortunately it is affecting a lot of women looking for life partners and a lot of men looking for life partners. Feminism is great. The idea of feminism is great to promote equality, but it has evolved into something that is toxic and dangerous to our society.
Chivalry is misogyny. Let's call a spade a spade. Me having to protect you is under the pretense that I think that you're vulnerable.
No, it's not. Please don't listen to this man, because the subliminal message is trying to suggest that misogyny is good or chivalry is bad, and it creates a false dichotomy that doesn't need to exist. For the record, chivalry is a matter of respect. It's about the way that you carry yourself. It's about the way you treat other people. This is often framed as a way that a man should treat a woman. However, it doesn't have to be that way. You can also be chivalrous to men. Now, I think his problem is that he thinks chivalry is an obligation. You do not have to be chivalrous, but like every other good thing, it's nice to be, and in some cases, it's even virtuous. Perhaps you want chivalry to be misogynistic so that you can have an excuse not to look after women, but given that we live in a world where women are not safe to walk alone at night, chivalry is very much needed, and if anything, I argue that chivalry is feminist. Why? Because if done for that purpose, it protects women. As feminism has already established, as much as women are equal in personhood to men, they are still fundamentally different. Biologically, women are weaker than men. So if men want to fill that gap through chivalry, that's okay. However, I repeat, this is not by force. If you don't want to do it, please don't. But don't shroud it in it being misogynistic. It's not. It seems as though we are confusing chivalry with chauvinism. Chauvinism is the harmful ideology that the male sex is dominant and should prevail over women. Now, chauvinism inherently creates a harmful and oppressive dynamic, which is contrary to the feminist movement and is misogynistic.
I'm actually a misogynist. Oh, I help her out, man. That's a lady over there. Hold that door open, bro. That's a lady, man.
These videos give the same vibe, and I just want to warn everyone about using the wrong language. Throwing around this word misogyny is not funny. I know what we're trying to do here, but unfortunately it doesn't work, especially because the word misogyny literally means the hatred of women. There is no way for you to spin this to make it seem like it's a good thing. So in this video, what this man is trying to describe is chivalry. And I repeat, chivalry is good. Chivalry is nice, chivalry is not necessary, and you can be chivalrous to anyone. Chivalry is like a character. It's almost similar to your personality. It's just you conducting yourself in a respectable way. Yes, it has connotations where gender dynamics come into play. However, it is not inherently about men looking after women. This is what happens when anyone thinks they can contribute to conversations of social scientists without being privy to the theoretical foundations necessary to the conversation.
Chivalry is dead, and women killed it.
I understand this is comedy, but actually let's talk about it, because there are way too many people who actually believe this. Here's the ordeal. Chivalry is not dead. It's just rarer to find in humans. Because if you are not raised with traditional morals and values, you're probably not going to have that. Because we live in a very entitled generation. But I don't think it's fair to say a specific gender caused something to die when one, it's not dead, and two, it takes two to tango. Real question is it hyper independence, so I don't need you to take care of me and I'm going to do it myself, so it's a flex of that? Or was it genuinely her not thinking about it and her just opening the door? Because you can argue both sides. With that being said, I have seen plenty of men open doors or not and then apologize. I've also seen them with a very toxic mentality of they're not going to because you're a woman. At the end of the day, it's not dead. Chivalry is the intentionality of respect being shown.
I posted a story the other day and I was basically talking about how I believe chivalry is not actually dead. So I'm basing that off of the notion that men look at who you are as the woman, and I think they look at your willingness or rather your receptivity to their chivalry, and then they take it from there. I guess I'm also basing it off of the different opinions from other women as well. We have split opinion when it comes to this, because you get women who say men are just not gentlemen anymore. And then you get women who say, you know, I've had a stranger open a door for me and I was okay with it. And I will admit I'm shooting in the dark here because I am not a man. So men, if you would like to maybe enlighten us, when you guys choose to be gentlemen, what inspires you? And when you choose to not be a gentleman, what stops you?
Oh, chivalry is dead. Men don't treat us the same anymore. Yeah, chivalry is dead, and you guys killed it. Alright, the rise of feminism is what killed chivalry. Because whenever us guys did something, what did you guys say? Oh, I'm independent. I don't need no man. Really? That's not the point of chivalry. Chivalry is man doing his manly duty and taking care of a woman and offering what he has and doing his best to make sure that women felt safe and represented in their area, in their community. And what did you guys do? You guys stomped on it. It's like we gave you flowers, you took the bouquet, and you threw it on the ground and you burned it. Alright, so why would us, as men, keep doing chivalry? And, you know, now, also, we're afraid to do anything. Like, in the gym, we've all seen the videos of women failing lifts in the gym, and then we get clowned or laughed at or even canceled online because we get caught on camera, like, because women make up stories. And now we're afraid to do anything because everything's recorded, and women have a chip on their shoulder where they think they have to be independent and, you know, I don't know, as good as men. Or they are as good as men. That's the thing. I'm saying these crazy things, but that's just not true. Like, I don't know. Just PSA, ladies, come on now. Accept chivalry. If a man is trying to do something for you, just say yes. If he opens a door, say thank you. If he wants to get you a drink or
started a rumor that feminists don't let men open doors for them. I'm like, I haven't touched a door in years, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been with my man 15 years. I haven't held a door or held a fucking bag.
Or walked on the outside of a sidewalk.
Okay, 15 fucking years.
Period.
Thank you.
Is I always see videos of like women on like a train or something or a bus, and like all of the men are sitting and no one's gonna like stand up and let the woman sit there, which is fine. Okay, we did that ourselves with the whole like feminist thing, you know. Men wanted to stop doing things like that when we were like, we're gonna be whatever they said they were gonna be.
The depth of the ignorance with the whole like feminist thing statement is outstanding, but that's a separate issue. Let's not even get into that. But what I want to point out, and it's a very dangerous thing that we should be aware of, is the fact that when bird brains like this make statement like, oh, chivalry is dead because men don't care anymore because feminists decided to do feminism, you know, you are essentially romanticizing a reality that was a fiction that was never a reality. Because what you're saying in essence is that there was a time when men used to treat women well, then men stopped treating women well because women started pushing for equal rights and whatever. But it's false. It was never the reality. And if you take a second, just a little second to think, you would understand that the reason women had to push for these rights in the first place is because of the fact that they were not being treated well. So no. And if feminism is what it means for chivalry to die, then let it die. Because what value is it for me that you stand up for me you offer me your seat on the train, right? But then I go home, I can't vote, I can't open a bank account, I can't drive a car, I can't do anything in my name. Because in case you don't understand, these are the things that birthed feminism as a movement, as a belief, or whatever you want to call it, right? So sit down your chair, let me stand. That's fine. Next time I'll try to be earlier and get a better seat for myself. That's fine. That I can control. Not my inability to vote, not my inability to go to school, get an education, to drive, to own properties, to own a bank account. Are you seriously? Let chivalry die if that's what it means. But also, please stop acting like there was ever a time when men treated women well. Because come to think of it, the things that women wanted were equal rights. And if women were being treated well in the first place, then we wouldn't even need to fight for that in the first.
Okay, so me and my friend, a platonic homeboy, we went somewhere last night and we had to get out the car like 3 times. Okay, and he didn't open my door not a single time. So I let it go by a couple times, and then I said, now that's your 3rd time not opening my door. And he was like, well, I feel like that's romantic. And I said, wait, this is a common courtesy, okay? I know we just boys, okay? I know we just boys, but I am still. Okay, treat me like a lady. Disregard the mustache and the whiskers down here, okay? I am very much still a feminine woman. Open my door. Open my door. Am I tripping? Bro, open my door, bro. What y'all think?
Can you talk about being a feminist and having a man like yours? I think women think you can't be a feminist and have a masculine man. So my man is very chivalrous. And I think so many times we mistake chivalry for dominance. If a man is chivalrous, does that mean he needs to be the dominant one and the woman has to be submissive? No. Chivalry can serve as a way to honor and acknowledge the strength of a woman, not diminish it. It's a beautiful act of respect for the strength that a woman has. His gestures are not a statement of superiority, but instead they're a statement of thoughtfulness and respect for me. Him choosing to put me first in certain situations only deepens my sense of empowerment. It actually allows my feminism to flourish. Chivalry has nothing to do with a power imbalance. Only abusive men need to be in power because they're insecure. But true, confident, masculine men don't need to be in power because they don't compete with women, because he's confident in who he is. Chivalry also doesn't need to be associated with traditional gender roles. My man opens every door that I go up to, and I scratch his back every night. He pays for every dinner that we go out to, and I cook for every meal when we stay home. He walks on the outside of the street in case there's a car coming that he needs to push me out of the way for. And that's because he was in the Army National Guard. He's very protective. And I give him an emotionally safe place to talk to and to be with. Neither of us feel obligated to do any traditional gender roles. We do what feels good to us. We have a co-captain relationship. I lead in areas where I excel, and he leads in area where he has expertise. Now, hopefully, men who are chivalrous are truly being a gentleman and being kind because they want to, not out of obligation and not out of expecting something in return. My man is thoughtful and kind to me because he appreciates me. He loves what I bring into his life, and I reciprocate with thoughtful acts as well. But my man is a feminist too. He was raised by a single strong mother, and he truly admired her. And he admires me, and I admire him. So yeah, you can totally be a feminist and still fully appreciate a kind, genuine gentleman.
If you want to know what a man thinks, ask a man. So today we're talking about chivalry, the behavior where men, do things like open the door for the woman or pull out the chair and let her sit, or if a woman is struggling with her baby stroller and some strange man is standing there, he'll step in and help her. Is that kind of behavior dead?
No, it's not dead, but it's almost gone. Older men like myself, especially when we're around women that we like, chivalry is easy. We do lots of it. We will even be chivalrous to women we don't know. That's why it's chivalry. The younger men are not as inclined. Younger men are getting some pretty harsh treatment from modern women, and a lot of them have decided to pull back on any chivalrous behavior they know, and a lot of younger guys haven't been taught any chivalry. So for them it's dead, but it's not gone completely.
Well, there are women who say, you're a man, I'm a woman, you're stronger than me, so you ought to step up. You ought to, if you see me, you don't know me, you see me struggling with a, 75-pound baby stroller with a, 15-pound baby in it, you need to help me if I need to get down the stairs. That's just, you're a man. That's what men should do.
Modern women need to manage their expectations, especially with regard to strangers, strange men they don't know. If you're a woman, you have to ask yourself, how friendly am I? How kind am I? Am I kind? Am I friendly? Am I helpful? If you're a woman who's kind and friendly and helpful and thoughtful and welcoming, other people are going to treat you like that. If you're not kind, if you don't speak to people you don't know, if you hurriedly go by and mind your own business, other people are going to treat you that way too.
Well, women will say, well, in this is a dangerous world. You can't smile at a man you don't know. You can't, if I'm going in the door and he holds the door for me, I don't have to say anything to him. I don't owe him anything.
That may be true. Many men have taken on that same feeling and are returning that same energy. The rhetoric, and this is not something all women are responsible for. All women are not responsible for the current rhetoric in the world right now. But the rhetoric is very anti-male. Daily, a man can scroll through any of the social media apps and see men being called narcissists, seeing men called creepy. Especially older guys are always called creepy, whether we've done something or not. Emotionally unavailable. That doesn't make men want to be chivalrous to women they don't know.
Well, when I'm in the grocery store without you and I'm short, and if I want something on a top shelf, I have no problem saying, sir, can you please come and help me? And, you know, I'm polite. If they help, you know, get it for me, most of the time there's not a problem at all. And I say thank you. When I'm going in a door and a man's behind me, I hold the door so the man can come in. I'm not afraid to walk by men, especially older men, and smile as I'm walking by. It does not mean I'm flirting. To me, that's just good human behavior.
And that has a lot to do with the kind of energy that you put off. And so what I would say to any woman, the kind of energy, the kind of vibes that you put off, that's what's going to determine what you get back. If you're friendly, if you're pleasant, if you're polite, the way our parents taught us to be polite.
Manners.
Have manners. Speak to people when they come by you, men or women. It's a risk, but it's good energy. If you put out good energy, people are going to reciprocate in the same way.
It doesn't mean you're flirting or you're flaunting anything. No. It means you are a person with manners and human kindness.
Right. That lady with the baby in the buggy who never at any point say to that man, "Excuse me, sir, I'm so sorry. Could you help me?"
I've done it before.
You never see or hear her doing that. But she expects the man, like a robot apparently, to automatically straighten up and move in her direction and render assistance. And that's not reasonable. And of course he just watches her like, good luck, lady. It's not what any woman would want, but she didn't do anything to ensure that it was a better outcome either. Takes two.
It takes two, and manners matter.
They do.
There you have it.
So the weekend of Easter, I had a family member say that chivalry is dead due to feminism. And I probably could have bit my tongue clean off with how hard I was trying not to say something. But since it was Easter weekend and it was a birthday celebration, I just decided to keep the peace. Plus, that's the type of stuff he likes to do anyways. But I noticed his girlfriend had a Stanley Cup that had stickers on it. And one of the stickers was a stethoscope and the other was essential worker. Now, I assumed that she worked in the healthcare field due to those stickers. I don't know if she still works. So I wanted to ask him, does she work and does she help you pay the bills? Because if that is the case, guess what, sweetheart? That's feminism. Feminism is the reason why she can help you pay the bills and work. And it drives me insane when he makes those comments because I know it's just rage bait. And luckily for me, I don't argue with stupidity. So I hope he has the life he deserves.
Just want to clarify maybe what my perception of feminism is. Earlier, it felt like that there was an illusion that it's man-hating, and that's not at all. It's just about equity. So, I mean, that's just exactly equity in spaces that both men and women are in. And chivalry, to me, is not a male or a female type of thing. And this isn't my thing, it's a Brene Brown thing, but with my partner, we'll have been married 27 years. And there's days where I need to be the chivalrous person, and there's days that he has to be the chivalrous person, and it's welcomed. And I think it speaks to maybe what you were talking about.